here with Dennis.
What was it like being back? What were the emotions like?
It was real emotional. It's been like, I think it was 16 months since I played football. So, I was a little nervous, had the little jitters and shakes, but got a tackle on the second play, so it kind of went away. But it was real fun.
On your left side there, John.
You've had a lot of time to observe this secondary. Where would you say it is right now, and what's the best way that you can help it going forward?
I feel like our secondary is in a really good spot. We had a lot of young guys playing now, and that's really good because, that means there's a lot of potential. So I think, with me being out there, it kind of helps them a lot, especially because I have a lot of experience and, we got a lot of weeks to get better with Coach Morgan and all of us in the film room, and you just got a lot more potential from there.
Staying on your left in the far back there, Alejandro.
Rod, you had a few weeks there where you were questionable and you dressed, but you weren't playing. What was it about the Nebraska game, or what felt right that made that the right point for you to return?
The first 3 weeks, it was like kind of getting back into football, and I really wasn't just ready to go to playing the game yet. And I think after week 3, I warmed up and I felt really good. And then I went through the Nebraska week, and I just had a good day every day, and that's what it really was. Like the weeks before, I probably had 3 good days, and I would come back super sore, and I couldn't, finish the week out. But Nebraska just, cleared out, and then woke up Saturday morning and was ready to go, so they let me go.
Go to your right in the front here, Sam.
Watching him in practice and then from the sideline and then playing with him, what does Jaden Sanders do that allows him to stay on the field?
I think he's just a smart football player, especially as being a freshman and playing at the University of Michigan, especially our defense. It's kind of complicated as a corner. And, he asks us questions in the meeting room that, maybe I didn't even ask as a freshman. And he listens. Some freshmen think they know it all. They're kind of hard-headed, but he goes out there and plays hard, listens, and just makes plays.
Go back to your left, Ryan.
Pretty loaded college football slate last weekend. I guess how much did you watch, and did anything specifically stand out to you?
To be honest, I didn't even watch football. I watched probably the ending of the Oregon and Penn State game and Georgia and Bama game, but kind of wanted to step away from football. It's been, we watch football all the time, so I kind of didn't even watch that much.
And did you guys do anything for Biff to celebrate him winning, winning 2 games in the interim with Jerome on the sideline?
Nah, we didn't do anything. We just, showed our appreciation and moved on to the next week.
Okay, back to your right in the back, Angelique.
Rod, did you go into that Nebraska game with a set number of plays you wanted to play, or did it was by feel?
Yeah, I was on a play count.
Based on
just coming from, the trainers and then the our strength staff, like they just made the decision on how many plays they wanted me to play because, like if you go out there and play, I'm used to playing 60 snaps, but if you go out there and play 60 snaps your first game, it's kind of, you might set yourself back. So that was really their concern on that.
And were you a know-it-all as a freshman?
Nah, I listened a lot. I was real quiet. I just, listened and corrected myself.
We'll go back to your right in the corner here, Aaron.
You mentioned getting the tackle on the second play of the game. How did that feel? Was that kind of your welcome back moment?
Yeah, the first play I was in, I just wanted to go hit something, so I ran into Suge on the first time, and I was like, oh, my bad, bro. And then the second time, I just made the tackle, and it was like, oh, okay, I'm back playing football again. It's just like that again.
On your right, Charles, and then Tony.
Yeah, how do you think it will be playing back in front of Michigan Stadium this weekend?
I think it'll be even more, maybe more emotional than it was away because, it's back at home and it's a maze out, so I know it'll be a great atmosphere. Just can't wait to do it.
And then are you on the same snap count this week, or what do you expect for that?
I haven't really talked about that yet. It's probably more of a conversation towards the end of the week.
Just in front of him, Tony.
Were you able to go live in practice, or was that hit in the game sort of the first moment?
In our practices, we really don't go live, especially in season. It's more a camp we go live. But, yeah, that was like the first time I actually, tackled somebody this year.
Back to the left, Ryan.
in your everyday life, how often does that Ohio State interception a couple years ago still come up in conversations and among fans or just people you interact with?
It's maybe not, well, to be honest, I kind of see it on social media every day, but in my everyday life, it's kind of just whenever I run into a fan or, some of my friends back at home, they always bring it up because, I'm from Ohio, so a lot of my friends are Ohio State fans. So, yeah, that's really it.
Just in front of him on your left, Anthony.
So you're back on the field now, obviously, but is there going to be a milestone or a moment where you feel like you are all the way back?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know when that'll be because, I'm still kind of working back from it. It's not like I'm 100%, but yeah, I'm just waiting on that to come. It'll probably be when I get my first interception again or something like that.
Back to your right here in the corner, Sam.
Watching your first game on tape, how would you evaluate yourself? What stands out? Good things to work on?
I would say, I'm not gonna say I lost a step, but I didn't have as much explosiveness that I did when I used to play, and then I kind of surprised myself, honestly. I didn't think I was gonna be able to cover as much ground as I did or, be in the right spot, but it just kind of was muscle memory again. So I kind of, it was really more on the surprising side rather than, correcting myself.
Back to your left in the corner, Alejandro.
If I remember correctly, last year you were one of the team leaders who kind of met with Wink and made sure that the defense you guys were running matched the personnel you guys had and did what you guys did well. How do you feel like he's coached the defense in year 2?
In year 2, you said?
Yeah.
I think it's, it's kind of different when you have a different team. Like last year we had kind of more vets than we do this year. So I think he's done a better job of, explaining the defense a lot better because last year we had guys that knew the defense. So this year you have, like you said, a guy like Jaden Sanders. There's a lot of freshmen or redshirt freshmen, sophomores that are playing for the first time. So I think, not just him, like the whole staff has kind of, went deeper into depth and of technique and teaching guys how to play here at the University of Michigan.
We'll go with a few more for Rod in the corner on the right here, Dennis.
And how tough was it mentally when you were out, especially the road that you had to take, hit some ups and downs, and then get back? And what did you lean on to kind of stay in the game that way?
It was really tough mentally, because after the first surgery I had, I kind of thought I was going to maybe not play, but be in a better position than I was coming back to that same time of last year or this year. So I kind of leaned on, my parents, teammates, and then just all my friends, keeping my spirits and really God and staying positive with everything. Because, sometimes in this journey of coming back from an injury, there's a lot of negatives, and I dealt with a lot of negatives. And, your emotions can't take over that, especially when you're trying to have a good day of progressing and taking the next step each and every day. So I think it was just staying in good spirits and, talking to the people that are really close to me in my circle.
We'll go with 2 more for Rod in the back left, Brad.
To follow up on that, you can come back here for the rest of your life, sign autographs with that picture against Ohio State, write down national champion. Because of all those stumbles, though, you also could have walked away and just leaned on that forever as your Michigan experience. What was your why to push through all of those trials and tribulations?
It's a lot. For one, I love the game of football, so I just wanted to come back and play football again. But, just getting raised in a household that I was raised in with my mom and dad of not quitting and just keep pushing forward and just doing everything for my parents. Like, they sent me here to come get an education and, be successful, and that's what I always leaned on. And then, my grandma, who passed, unfortunately, a couple years back, I always told her that I would go to the NFL. So that was really just, my why. And one of my friends that passed as well, we've always had a talk, being successful in sports. And that's what really keeps me going every day.
Okay, last question for Rod on the far left there, John.
You've got an offense that put 30 up on the road at Nebraska, which was talking up their defense, averaging 250 plus on the ground a game. What kind of a boost does that give your defense when you got the other side going?
It gives us a boost because it gives us a lot of time to get our breath and our feet back rather than, getting a 3 and out, coming on the bench, 3 plays later, going back out there. So it's complementary football. That's really what gets you to win games. And the year we won the Natty, that's what it was. It was always the offense, complementary defense. If the offense has a turnover, we go back and get the ball back for them. So, that's just how it's supposed to go.